Good morning, Lee. It's Monday, and it will be 16 weeks until I see you in real life, or IRL, because it's the internet, and we are totes hip. Promise I'll never say that again. So I, like you, know the ins and outs of explaining this huge, complicated world that's contained inside of a tiny box to people who don't even know that people even do this. And my general go-to response has become that we are pen pals, but we use videos and YouTube instead of paper and stamps. And this seems to quell most of the really concerned looks, except for maybe with my grandparents. I don't think that they'll ever understand what this is, and they'll never ever watch a video because they still use dial-up internet. Yeah, I didn't think that was a thing that still existed either. Let's walk and talk. It's time for the field trip portion of this video. So, as you know, I spent this last weekend in New York City with my brothers, seen here, and Jonathan. Jonathan is one of my best friends in the world, and my friendship with him resembles my friendship with you. A majority of our communication takes place through textual means or via the internet, and we don't see each other as often as we would like, and we live thousands of miles apart. The only difference between my friendship with Jonathan and my friendship with you is that Jonathan and I met in person while we were still at school, before our relationship became long distance and essentially URL dependent. We have all sorts of relationships with all sorts of people, and these relationships change and grow and shift all the time. Science has said again and again that the key to fostering friendships is unplanned, repeated interactions. So I ask you, how many unplanned interactions have we had since we met over 3.5 years ago? If you're struggling with the math, let me help you out. The answer is 0. Every interaction has been planned and intentional and is generally accompanied by a countdown of at least 2 digits. If we told people that we went to school together and then moved apart, nobody would question it. There would be no uncertainty surrounding the validity of our friendship, no one adding the but after a statement. As in, you talk often and you know a lot about each other, but you're not real friends. As if the format determines the value. In fact, I would go as far as to argue that long-distance friendships and URL-based friendships may be stronger than the repeated, unplanned interactions that you have with people that you know in everyday life because we want it more. Honestly, it takes a lot more effort to keep up with each other. We don't ever accidentally run into each other at the grocery store or at work, but we do all of the normal things that real-life friends do. We talk often, we check in on each other, we get worried if we haven't heard from each other in a while. I ask you about your family and you ask about mine, and we make plans to hang out and catch up. Though hanging out may look different online than it does in person, it essentially serves the same purpose. I resent that people judge my relationships and assign value to them just because the format that they rely on may lie outside of the cultural norm. I look forward to the day where we are not real-life friends or internet friends. I want to be just friends. No more, no less, no adjective qualifying the noun. I feel like the day is coming, and I cannot wait to be just friends with you. Lee, I will see you next Monday. DFTBA.